Hi guys, Dane here in the man cave. The following video is me installing the Warp 9 bash plate on the Mighty DR. But I tried multiple things in an attempt to follow, number one, the instructions, but number two, the deceptive pictures on the internet that are from the website. They kind of tricked me a little bit. So my following video is going to be, some of it's not going to make sense, and there's going to be pieces that are looking like they're not in the right place and shit like that. A couple of quick things that helped me. We'll see if we can get it. Start out with you put your rubber hoses on here, down here that you get. Don't cut them like I did. I cut them, but you'll see that later. Just put them down here, and they're so stiff they want to hang down, and they prevent you from getting that bash plate into place. I found it very helpful to put those rubber hoses on and then zip tie them, okay? So zip tie those, and one in the front at least and one in the back, and get it to, you know, form to that frame, because they don't want to, they're very stiff. You'll put your back bolts in first with some Loctite on them, and I found it super helpful because you need like 3 sets of hands. Jack up the plate into its approximate location with a floor jack, or stack some shit under it or something, and then that'll help you get on the front clippy deals. But in a nutshell, that's the short version of what's going to happen to get that bash plate on. Okay? Hi guys, Dane here in the man cave. Just got a Christmas present for my DR. It's a Warp 9. I got the black Warp 9 skid plate. I'm going to do a how-to video on it because I can't seem to find one. Okay, step one is to insert or put on the little rubber hoses that come with the kit. This is the picture from the internet. And let me show you what they really look like. Okay, so they're so stiff. It fucking doesn't look like the picture, but anyways, if you look further down the pictures, it appears that they cut this and they put a piece up here somewhere, and then maybe another piece down here. So the instructions, I feel, are deceptive, but we're gonna go with the instructions for now, and I'll keep you posted. Okay, I got the bash plate upside down, and they come with different bolts. These are tapered, and they say, you know, insert the bolts in the washers. But these are like beveled, if you will. So like that, I'm gonna put Loctite on them. But these go in the rear of the bike. This is upside down. These go in the rear of the bike, and they sit flush without the washers. So that's gonna be step two. I'll put some Loctite on it and mount these bottom back bolts. And just kind of finger tighten them. Okay? Okay, I got Loctite on the back bolts. Hopefully I got the right ones. Get underneath it. And just finger tighten these. Or fucking not. These goddamn hoses. That. I'm old. All right, guys. I gotta tell you, fuck me and the horse I rode in on. It took me I've been working on this for half an hour to get just one of the front clippy bolt deals on. So it's a little bit tricky. It's funny. This has 4 bolts. And that just took a retarded amount of work. And I just got one on. I got more to go. All right, guys. I'm sorry about the lighting. There's my little 1.25" piece right up against the front motor mount bolt. And then the hooky deal goes right at the end of that towards the front. And then the remaining portion is back here, down there. And I'm hoping to bend that up. I will say the instructions say put the slit up. Fucking diesel. Put the slit up, and the pictures give you the illusion that that hose covers the entire circumference, if you will, of the frame, and it does not. Okay, so when they say the slit goes up, there's a hell of a gap. All right. But anyways, okay, so I got them done on both sides. So there's that cut there, and the remaining portions there, and you can see because it's so stiff, it's all, floppy and sticking down or whatever. So I'm gonna get a floor jack because I need 14 hands. I'm gonna jack that up. The back bolts are still in. I'm gonna jack that up and see if I can get them goddamn clamps on the front again. And then obviously I'll put Loctite on it. And anyways, phase 12. Okay, so I kind of moved my remaining portion, which was the overall piece less the 1.25. I kind of centered it about the main bend under the motor. I was gonna keep it further towards that bolt, but after jacking this up, I got my floor jack underneath here. After jacking this up, I didn't like the way that it looked, so I kind of centered that remaining portion, if you will, under that approximate, I don't know, 15-20 degree bend in the framework there. And then so I'm gonna jack it up and try to get this fucking thing together. Okay, yay. Okay, so there it is. And I'm not done yet by any stretch of the imagination. Jacked up as in place as I can get it without, knocking the bike over or whatever. So, oops, my bad. So that's the way that it's looking now. I'm trying to get these, I gotta Loctite the front nuts and try to get those clippy deals around the frame in the front. All right, first of all, 37th of all, using the floor jack to prop up the skid plate just made a huge difference in the installation. But what I also want to show you guys is I don't want you to follow in my footsteps when I fuck up, and I fucked up. Okay, so I want you to know that. Okay, hopefully maybe you can see. I got my floodlights out and shit. There's the front. Okay. Here's the front, okay, bolt, and then underneath there is the get back a little bit. The little it's really just a hose clamp type thing or whatever. And then, as you guys remember, I cut these little pieces of 1.25 inch pieces of hose. Okay, that go down between the top of hose clampy thingamajigger and the front motor mount bolt. Okay, don't fucking do that. Okay, I did it. Okay, I'm done. I'm not undoing it. And whatever, because I was trying to follow the pictures on the installation thingy on the website or whatever, and they're just it's a fucking limp dick. Okay, once you do that, or if you do that, you can move them around with your finger, and I'm sorry, the lighting just blows. Let me try something different. Okay, so there's a little bit better, a little bit kind of view. You can take your finger and just shove that hose, that little small 1 1/4 inch hose, anywhere you want to. So the bottom line is it's gonna flop around and fall off and all that bullshit. But there's, hopefully you can see it. You can see the letters on it. There's the remaining piece. So that's the main nuts and bolts. Don't fucking do what I did. Just go with the video, or not a video, the pictures in the thing, and don't cut a piece like I did, trying to imitate the video or the pictures. Down here, okay, let me try again. So the remaining piece is down here where the frame bends, and what do you call it? That's going to be your main dampening, if you will, deal. Loctite the fuckers, all 4 bolts. You know, put Loctite on them and stuff like that. But I can't tell you how much of an improvement the installation process went once I kind of held that in place, got the back 2 bolts in there loosely, and then using the floor jack to prop that up to get those front clippy deals up. That just made a huge difference. So it will work. It goes together really well with respect to the shit that I say in the video. I'm very, very happy with the quality of the construction and all that, but they could have done a little bit better job, just being honest, with the way that it mounts on the front. The back is, you know, straightforward. You know, 2 bolts into the frame, but these little clippy, hosey fucking things are a little bit aardvarky. But they will work. I fired it up. No rattles, no shakes or nothing, but those 2 front pieces of hose, they're gonna fall away or flop off, and they're gonna melt, you know, or whatever. So, but I still think overall this is just gonna be the best bash plate, or skid plate if you will, that you can get for the DR650. Okay, I pulled out those little 1 1/4 inch pieces of hose slash vibration dampener things that were, you know, up between that clamp and the bolt for the motor, because they fucking didn't do a thing. So the other ones are still there, or the remaining portion. But anyways, I hope this helps. There's a fair amount of work that goes into this, even though there's literally only 4 bolts, but the quality and the construction of the Warp 9 bash plate is got to be one of the best. Okay, just took the DR for a test drive, and it's kind of like a weird noise, like metal on metal, ringy, vibraty type of deal. It's not super irritating, but I think that's that little interior hose clamp deal that goes around the frame. I'm going to tear this thing apart and see if I can't dampen that a little bit to help take the edge off. And I'm gonna also look, there's that hose that goes underneath there. Per the instructions, it's, I don't know. I wanna see if I can do something better than that. All right, I'll keep you posted. Okay, so what I've done so far is right here at this bend in the frame, not up here, but down here, that seems to be the key area where the bash plate wants to rest up against that rubber. But it's so stiff every time I was had it in place and put the thing on, it would move around. So I zip tied it like so, and twisted it a little bit. The one part of the slit's up there. Anyways, so that's going to hold that in place. And then that 1 1/4 inch piece that I cut off, where I was trying to mimic one of the photos in the instructions on the website, I put a little mark on the frame, and that's where this little hook goes. And then so I'm gonna, do something like that and see if that works. But anyways, I'm just kind of playing with it for now. But that's what my thoughts are for right now. That hose might be a little bit too thick. And if it is, I've got some other hose that is a little bit thinner that I will cut and place in the same position. But I'll let you know. Okay, one additional thing I did was wrap the frame in self-adhesive black felt. I went around it twice, right where the clamp mounts. And that's this stuff. You peel off the paper, cut it and peel it off. Okay, so that's going to help take some of that rattly, noisy stuff off. I already told you about what I did with the hoses there. And then one thing I want to show you guys too that helped me, especially on the right side of the bike, the throttle side, getting that clamp, sorry, trying to get light and stuff, getting that clamp to stay square and aligned and right where you would want it on the frame there as you're tightening the bolt is damn near impossible, especially on the right side. What I found to help me is I got a whole whack of these Irwin clamps, I guess, and so I was able to clamp down on the top of it and put a hurting on it, and that really helped it to stay in place, because when you're tightening that bolt, needless to say, that thing wants to twist. I don't care how strong you are. So that really helped that stay in place. And of course I put felt. It's pretty much impossible to see. I wrapped the frame. That's pretty good, kind of good. I wrapped the frame in felt, 2 wraps there, and then put that clamp on it to try to dampen that vibration or rattly noise. But anyways, I think I'm done.